Hi there. Don't feel like I'm looking too sharp today. Looks like a mosquito got me this morning, and I've been having some rashes and things. I guess trying to purge and purify things from the blood. But it is what it is. None of my little toys looked right for this journal. I wanted a short one, but I couldn't find one. So we're doing DNA restoring itself, linked with health, or soaring as the phoenix bird. And this is from earlier in July, July 6th. And it's the first one of that day, which was a pretty prolific day. And it's also going to be a part one of two. It was really one, but it just got too long, so I'm going to make it two. The Mayan day was two alligator or crocodile. So here we go. As dawn spreads its gentle light across the sky, I open the windows and get the fans going, circulating through that wonderful air of first light. In the late morning heat, I retreat from it, which makes this cooler morning air all the more precious. All nature is precious if we but have our eyes open to it. I am so grateful, so happy to see so many of us beginning to awaken to such things. It's the little things, you know. Nothing is inconsequential, any more than there's such a thing as luck. I've been sharing with you how I've chosen to craft my world. How are you crafting yours? What suits you? What calls to your heart? What fulfills you? What brings you joy? It will be somewhat different for everyone, for though we partake of the one, the union of all, yet we remain individuals too. It's such joy, don't you think, to be able to steer your own cosmic ship is such an honor, such a privilege, and such a joy. And that's there for you. I hope you're getting used to the idea of captaining your own vessel of life, your own ship of state. It is yours to command. In a way, we are danced, and in another way, we are the dancer, and at one and the same time. I'm finding these supposed dichotomies to be compatible, even unified somehow, in a way that doesn't make sense to the mind, but it doesn't have to. Mine takes a back seat in my life, and I'm content that it's so. This was perhaps the hardest transition of all for me, this divorce from reliance on and identifying with the mind. Not now that I'm at least significantly on the other side of that, I can say it's well worth it. The peace that one feels is phenomenal when mind is invited out of the driver's seat of the life. It's simply amazing, continually so. Mind was the one who could be bored, who thought there was such a thing as mundane or ho-hum. It just isn't so. I can report from this side of that. Not one bit. Ever newness. Everything has consequence. How can we be bored? It's just a gathering of self into the now and then into the heart. Actually, I don't know if one can be fully in the now moment, in the present, while in mind. I don't care to try. I suppose it could be done, but I love this way better, this being gathered into heart. One eventually begins to develop some sort of sensation there, evidence of one's focus, one's presence at that spot. Really, I don't know what it is. I'm just reporting what I feel. I'll borrow a friend's words. It feels like kind of a heaviness. This body is going through some pretty radical cleansing, removal of toxins, of heavy metals, bacteria, fungi, other live stuff, and also many implants, says my dear medical intuitive. And this is good news, to be sure. Not that it was there, but that it's on its way out. And due to increasing sensitivity, we agreed I should remove the big mirrors from my room. A good report overall. Challenging situation with this body, but good. Looks like I'm not going to explain the mirrors thing. That's interesting. But I'm going to stick with the journal. Okay, lost my place. Pardon me for just a moment. Okay. I found that he agrees with me on the restructuring, the healing of the quote-unquote junk DNA. I found this out in a conversation yesterday. He indicated, as I thought, that I'm working on 3 strands. He says the third one is restructured and partially ignited already. The only thing holding back full ignition is ill health. As the body restores, so does the DNA. Works for me. Happy to hear it. 3 more strands are in process of activating too, and I'm just determined to lose my place, it looks like. According to the Syrian High Council, through Patricia Corey, their scribe or channeler, our DNA reactivates 3 strands at a time. They caution us, though, against all the hoopla that's out there about this restranding. According to their observation from the 6th density, there's no one on the planet yet with even 9 strands activated, and precious few even with 6. 3 strands are quite a big deal, my friends. It's the basis for all the rest. So let's not get ahead of ourselves. We can build air castles, as creators we are, and they can seem to have a temporary reality. But there's an absolute reality that always exists as well. I find it best to retain humility while seeking that out. Reverence for truth, for Lady Truth,